And I will return for judgment.
Harry said, man, I thought he was going to be back. He's coming back. Happy Monday, bro. How's it going?
Look at this shit. Early start time for us, anyway. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's an early start for sure. I think this may be the earliest we've started.
I believe it is. I believe it is.
I think it is.
You might not be wrong, but guys, happy Monday. Happy first of the month. You know what that means, right?
Hi. What's hi? Can I spend it?
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
First of the month, pay your rent, pay your bills.
Birthday.
Pay your bills. But guys, such a big weekend. It was Terrificon, and we are still feeling the effects of San Diego Comic-Con, man. So much news is still pouring out.
C2E2 coming up?
Yes, C2E2 is coming up, which I'm still bitter about. I'm not going. Let's not talk about it.
Season.
Miss Terrificon. Yo, it looked like the whole community almost was there, man.
It looked like a party, man. Like I was a little jealous.
It's probably one of the few times where I go on my feed when it's con season. No one's showing books they're picking up. Nothing. Everyone's just chilling, and it looked.
Everyone's just partying, having a good time.
Yeah, but speaking of community, guys, we got two special guests that are going to be joining us right now. Let's bring him in. We've got Nefarious Comics in the house.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good,
Doing
man.
good, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Man, so happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Same to have you here. And of course, we've got Danielle in the house.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Terrificon did look crazy. I just could not swing that in my schedule.
Right.
I needed downtime.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were just at SDCC too, so
Busy enough, yeah.
That's true.
Going to C2E2, I mean, you're busy, so can't hit
Having
them all,
been
right?
to C2E2 this weekend, like 2 days.
Yeah, can't hit them all, unfortunately. It would be nice if we could, but
I know, I wish. Maybe next year.
Yeah, so C2E2, you're going, right, Danielle?
I will be at C2E2. Yep,
Nefarious.
I'm super excited.
Nefarious, I see the look in your eyes.
No, I stay on this side of the border, guys. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way. I hear you.
Yeah, you know, guys, it was kind of weird because with COVID, when that kind of hit, you know, and whatnot, I didn't know how things would turn out where we are right now. So when it came to like booking travel plans and trips and shows, I kind of booked all my shows around the Ottawa area, with the exception of Fan Expo coming up. I'm just going to be attending, not setting up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ryan's trying to convince me to make the trip over the border.
Wow, yeah, that would be so good, you know?
What days are you going for? Are you going the whole time or just one day?
I'm shipping out of Ottawa. That's where I'm from, Ottawa, Canada. And I'm making on Wednesday. That's right. And I'm making my way down. I think I'm coming back on the Sunday. So I'm jazzed about that. But sorry to hijack the conversation there, guys. Let you get back to it.
No, you're good.
No, you're good, bro. This is open mic.
All right.
But yeah, so speaking of Ottawa, there's even Ottawa Comic Con this year, right? I think it's taking place.
Yeah, there's Ottawa Comic Con. Is that the same thing as Fanaticon? Because there's that as well.
Guys, I'm glad you brought up Fanaticon. The guy who's putting it on, his name is Lawrence Moore. He's a super, super nice guy. That's coming up in 2 weeks at the Ottawa Convention Center. I'll be setting up there. And then the Ottawa Con is put up by like the same guys that do like the Montreal Con and the Quebec City Con. That's like September 11th to 13th. But Fanaticon's been moving more into like comic centric
back month to month. That's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great. It's so nice to have an actual convention season back after.
I know. Although I don't know, part of me is like, oh, I wish they weren't all so close together.
Yeah, right.
In the last like 2 months, I think if I've been home for 20 days, it's a lot.
Really?
Yeah, but then, you do that to yourself because, guys, I'll let you in on some insider information. Backstage, like, I'll call Danielle and she's like, Ryan, I'm so tired. I'm not doing another con. Next thing you know, 2 days later, I see on her Instagram, she's like, I'll be having a booth at this show, collaborative book, exclusive dropping with Skeleton Key. I'm like, okay, just make hay when the sun shines.
Money talks, baby. That's just how it goes. But
hey, if you have a booth in San Diego, you can't say no.
No.
Yeah, right.
No.
You definitely can't.
If I could even just smell the same air as you guys did in San Diego, I would have been happy. Just because
I never want to leave ever. I always want to stay.
Yeah.
It's
But
beautiful
yes.
out there to begin with. So, you start with that, and then the convention, man, it's just great atmosphere. Yeah, why would you want to leave?
I know.
Exactly. And it's not cheap. I said it last week. My brother happened to be in San Diego. I think it was 2019. He was just touring all of Cali, and it happened to be on the weekend that San Diego Comic-Con was there. So he's like,
sheesh.
it was a Sunday. He's like, yeah, let me just go see how much tickets are at the gate, man. They were charging like three bills. And he's like, yeah, no, fuck that, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
Totally would have been worth it, though.
Right.
100%. But we will speak San Diego Comic-Con. Danielle, you were there, and we will dip into that a little bit. But before we do, let's say hi to the chat. So, of course, gold medal. Again, here he is. Michael Baker, first, baby. Michael Baker, thank you for being here, bro.
Hi.
Hero. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was here first, but his comment got deleted. But whatever. You guys
It
have
was
been...
Baker and then Hero. Both their comments got deleted, then Baker again.
Yeah, I'm getting notifications like 3 days in
Super
advance.
early.
Yeah, you guys are the real ones, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Wesley's in the house. Wesley was at Terrificon. Yeah, man, that guy was posting some cool shit. Happy your flight didn't get fully delayed, man.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out in the end, man.
Yeah, so that was cool. Tim's in the house. Tim, thank you for being here. Who else we got here? David Mason's in the house.
We were close.
On time. Yeah. That's about as close as we'll probably get.
It's the earliest we've ever been.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But Paul, man, thanks for being here. We got Nefarious in the house.
Yes.
There he is. Part of the chat, killing some stuff on IG. You guys go check him out. New comic book day picks, FOCs. He's dropping some info. Who else we got? Archill's in the house.
What's going on, Max?
Yeah, man. Kyle's in the house. Kyle, thank you.
Those were two guys I actually just went hunting at a warehouse today with, and they picked up quite a bit of books. I got a nice little stack here myself, as you've seen, BC. But yeah, we made away like bandits.
No, you guys killed it today. You killed it. But Spinetix crew's in the house. Spinetix boys, always happy to see you here.
Yo, that's a cool name, Spinetix. I like it.
Yeah,
they're like some of the best guys in the community, man. We got Uncanny Swag as well. Pacino's in the house. Pacino, man, the clock is ticking, bro. Any minute, he's a papa. Who else we got?
So exciting!
Yeah, Ozzy's in the house. Ozzy also back from Terrificon, man. I'm seeing all the pictures from everybody, and I'm just like,
yeah, there's tons, man, just blowing up my feed.
Yeah,
look at that hyper combo stuck at the Popeyes drive-through or the library.
one of
the guys always at Popeyes.
Right? But guys, if you're watching us live, if you're catching the replay, definitely check out both of our guests tonight, Danielle, and we've got Nefarious Comics. Subscribe, like their stuff. But let's get into it. Danielle, tell us about San Diego Comic-Con, man. So you were there for all 3 days, right?
5 days.
5 days.
It was a preview night. Ooh. Yeah, I was actually in San Diego Monday to Tuesday, so I was there for a really long time.
Damn.
It felt like there were less people at the show, but it felt like people were spending money. I had a great show personally.
Yeah.
For me, I always have a sales goal, and this was probably one of the weaker inventories I've ever done at one of the big shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
But it still ended up being a great. Huh?
Yeah, it looked pretty nice, from the pictures and everything.
So I've spent a lot of time. Well, I got heavy into video games, and then I've spent a lot of time selling on Instagram, and it's like, well, this is what I have, so I'm gonna go set up, and I'm just gonna do the best I can.
So hold up, you mentioned the video games, and I gotta ask because Danielle, I know you've got some graded Super Mario behind you. I see it on IG. Hardcore gamer or not?
So I gamed a lot when I was younger. I honestly don't have a lot of time to watch much TV or play video games these days.
Right.
But I am always down to bust it down on Super Mario 3.
Nice.
Don't give me Fortnite. That is too many buttons. It's so confusing. But give me like some OG Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or Mario Kart, and I'm in.
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing like that. Classics are the best.
Yep. 100%, dude. The setup with the poster there that you've got of the Super Mario Bros. From Super Nintendo, that one is insane. I love it. But okay, so back to San Diego Comic-Con. I have to ask. I know you had a booth there, and you guys were selling, but did you partake in any of the big events? Like, obviously, Hall H was the event, right, for the weekend.
Yeah. That was like the moment. From our hotel balcony, we could actually see the people sleeping outside on the sidewalk waiting to go in. Wow. And so one person could hold a spot for 10 people. So what they would do is switch off like every few hours.
Wow.
I talked to some people in the show and they're like, yeah, it's our turn to come in. Someone else is outside holding our place in line. Yeah.
I want to highlight this comment because Nerdy Girl Week isn't the same as regular week. I saw the inventory. I saw her inventory, and I'm like, man,
for me,
Grails.
Legit.
I'd like to speak about the inventory in just a bit, so we'll touch base on that too before you go. Danielle's here for a short period of time, guys. I think we got 15 more minutes?
Like 15, 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but and then, guys, we'll get into top 5 new comic book day picks, comic news, and all that good stuff. But so San Diego Comic-Con, did you have the opportunity to pick up any exclusives?
I got some of the KRS stuff. I got that Harley Quinn, the Sozo Mako that everyone was going nutty for.
I saw that. They sold out of that pretty quick.
Yeah, they sold out, I think, on Thursday. Either Thursday night or Friday morning.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a beautiful color, too.
I did not get the Spawn gold that everyone was going crazy for. Honestly, if I didn't see someone on setup day and be like, hey, do you have anything like that you can like break off early, then really I didn't get any of the big exclusives because I was stuck at my booth. Mm-hmm. And I was at the booth from like 8 in the morning until 7 at night when the show shut down. And at that point, everyone else is already shut down.
Yeah. Danielle, I have a question about setup day. I'm watching your IG live. I'm chilling. You and Sammy are rolling into the show, filming. You know where I'm going with this too. I don't know if you guys are watching this. She's filming the floor of San Diego Comic-Con. She comes up to the Marvel booth. The Marvel security guards descend upon her. They're like, "You cannot film this until the show opens." And there's Danielle. She's like, "Oh my god!" And then 5 minutes later, she didn't know I was watching it. She got a text. She's like, "Did you see my IG live?" I was like, "I want more of those shenanigans. Get back there right now." Press record.
I was trying to find my way around. This like one part of the room was blocked off. And so I'm like, oh, there's carpet here. I'm just going to run through this really quick. And I'm talking into my phone and the security is like, you cannot film the Marvel booth before the show opens. Okay. You cannot do that. And I was like, okay, I'll delete it. It's okay. It's fine. I'm just recording. It's not
post.
But yo, I was on that shit. Yeah, I was hearing that Marvel security was heavy that week, especially with Hall H, man. Like,
well, they had to be, right? Like, it was crazy. Yeah. Everyone was waiting for like really, really big things. I don't know that there was a ton that we weren't already hearing and already like sneaked. So I think that was kind of like disappointing. The Black Panther trailer, though, I do not know why everyone is not talking about that trailer.
It's being spoken about.
It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful trailer.
Yeah, I got like teary-eyed. I had goosebumps when I was watching it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big one, and I a few of us have a few predictions, and what we think might happen and might not happen within that movie. I personally think Ryan's gonna be super happy at the end of that movie. That's my honest opinion.
That's what I was just about to say too.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything more. I'm not gonna say anything more. But speaking of Ryan, if you had the opportunity to be at San Diego Comic-Con for the week, which booths would you have hit up? Was it Todd McFarlane?
Oh man, that's so tough. It's like everyone is there at San Diego, but then you have to kind of determine how you're going to associate your time and your finances, your funds.
Yep.
My problem is I get in there, I get FOMO, I blow my budget, and then double my budget within 5 minutes, and I'm like walking around, you know what I mean, seeing if any booths need help for the next 4 days.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna try to get a job.
I'd be right there with you, man.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Right
go.
there with you.
But just seeing everyone in the community, man, that's like one of the big things for me. Because like, so guys, Danielle, you live on the East Coast, and then it's just mind-boggling to me transporting all those books to the West Coast, you know?
It was so much going through the airport. Someone asked me for a video on how I move my books at shows. I don't want to say too much because I never want to make myself like Target, I guess. But I bring like a lot of my inventory. Yeah, Uncanny, what's a budget?
Yeah.
I bring a lot of my inventory with me. So a CGC short box actually fits in the overhead bin of most planes. And
Oh,
so
wow.
you can use that. Yeah.
Good to know.
And,
Good to know.
and so you can use that as a carry-on bag. And then you can keep your little rolly cart so you can roll it through the airport so you're not carrying it the whole time.
Mhm.
You can bring that on the plane with you and you can put that in the overhead bin with it. So if they try to tell you you can't, you can.
We've learned some tricks for travel.
I did that when I did that. I'm super disappointed because I ordered those, the BCE, those hard plastic
Yeah,
things
the
that like
stackable hard
snap
plastic
together.
things. Yeah.
Listen, they're hot garbage and they are not made for
Oh shit. Okay.
No, but you know who makes a good
It was
product is
cracking
collectible
on me.
cases.
It kept falling, like it was splitting. Yeah, I do.
Oh,
you know
no.
what? Do not recommend.
Okay.
I'm really glad you told me that because I was looking into those.
No,
One
no,
star
no,
out
no,
of
wait.
5.
No, they're not bad though. Listen, they're aesthetically pleasing. You can stack them as long as you're not taking them 3,000 miles across a continent.
Well, isn't that what you want them
Right.
for, though? Don't you want them to travel to shows so that when you're
Right.
traveling,
Exactly. Yeah, that's the goal. So,
isn't
no,
that
I-
the point of them?
Well, yes and no, I guess. But then where do you go? Like I bought that. I've been talking to Danielle about this company, Collectible Cases. They have these big like ammunition cases you can put books in, but they're big and cumbersome. You know what I mean? They hold like 50 CGCs.
Yeah.
And just
yeah.
guys, especially with the older gen CGC cases, I find you cough on them and they crack. You know what I mean? As soon as there's like turbulence or friction, or
Well, I have the Jim Lee backpack now for my slabs.
yeah.
And for
Mhm.
raw books, I'm going to just get a short box, a freaking paper short box. And the short boxes for raw comics fits in, you know, like the duffel bags with the rolling wheels.
Yeah.
Yep.
That fits inside of one of those
Damn.
Yeah.
also. So you can roll
Oh,
that. And no, it's like one of those no one will know.
Well, except if they have nerdy girl hats, t-shirts, stickers, toothbrushes. Like, we know what you're up to, sister.
But yo, I'm with Sith on this one, man. Putting
Yeah.
it in the overhead, I'd be checking every 5 minutes.
Oh.
Like,
I put it in the
Right.
bin above me. I'm going to get off the plane with them. Where are they going to go?
One eye would be looking straight for me. One eye would be looking at the other.
I will
Just be
touch
cross-eyed.
you. Do not touch my
Yeah.
Right.
no, my wife's fucking petrified when it comes to taking airplanes. So turbulence would set her off, right?
Oh shit.
That would
Oh,
set me
man.
off in another way. Turbulence would be like, no, my corners.
No,
my
they're
books,
slabs.
they're
They're
my
good, bro.
books, right?
But hold on, just want to say hi, Steph's in the house. Steph's, thanks for being here, guys.
Actually,
Best
BC,
new laddies,
uh,
best new laddies in town.
You
But,
see, real quick, up a little
yeah.
farther, there was actually a really good question in chat. For,
Yeah. It was for
yeah.
Danielle. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, you saw it. Okay, thank you.
Villar, I did not get a single PC book. I scooped an ASM 50, which I was happy to grab. I think
Nice.
that's a good book
One.
I'm having right now.
Kingpin.
Yeah, I scooped some like Silver Age X-Men's, but nothing for me, just to resell.
Yeah, but you seem pretty busy too at the show, Danielle. Like between whatnot and like, you're busy.
It was like, yeah, I just ignore that.
Baker. But yeah, no. So ASM 50. I mean, yeah, just a small book. So
Well, I mean, we have to have Kingpin and Daredevil.
there you go. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
We are definitely going to get into that talk a little later. But yeah, man. So Nefarious, bro, talk to us. So now we're looking at your next con. You said you are going to San Diego? Not San Diego, to Chicago, or not?
No, I'm unfortunately not able to get down to Chicago, just time and whatnot. But you know, I live so vicariously through like my friends like Danielle and everyone else on Instagram. And guys, I'll tell you, one of the few silver linings about not going to the shows is it frees up some budget for sites like Comic Link and Comic Connect and Heritage. So I'll be like, you know, FOMOing, getting those bids in there. And I'm not even lying about this either. When you got every major dealer at one of these big shows setting up, sometimes some things kind of sneak in under what they should be closing at. And I'm sitting there at Mission Control messaging Comic Link. I'm like, yo, so that time payment we were talking about, can we extend it possibly 6 months? And what do you need down? And, you know, all sorts of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No C2E2. But like, so Daniel, tell me about C2E2. How many people will show up there? Like, what's the attendance versus a New York Comic Con?
I'm going to guess between 75 and 100,000 is going to be my prediction.
Wow.
C2E2 has become a really, really big show. I have to say, like, as far as community shows go, it's probably my favorite.
Wow.
And I'm having a birthday party.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday. It's officially
She's being so modest. Danielle, one of these guys, Nick GQ, throws a lot of awesome events, is throwing this big like rooftop party in your honor, Danielle, for your birthday party. You know? I'm gonna pull like a Sheldon Cooper and have my face on his screen like on a robot, like moving around and stuff.
Yeah, so Danielle, here you go. That's basically the entire population.
Yeah.
Well, we're all going to converge.
Yeah.
I would love to hit it up. Nice to know, though, that C2E2, especially, it's Chicago, right? So
in Chicago. It's such like a cool city to explore. And Leo Gang. And so many people come out to that show now. It's a lot more laid back than New York. It's not as intense as San Diego. So it's like that little happy medium. And I'm dropping my first exclusive there.
Oh.
Right. Whoa.
Okay.
What's the book? Or we don't know yet.
You guys quick?
Yes.
We'll put you on the big screen.
Oh, this is a reveal right now?
Yeah, you guys are getting the first reveal.
Whoa, wait, I haven't seen this yet.
Here we go.
It's called We Eat God.
Blow it up, DC.
Oh,
shit.
Oh shit, that's dope. I love the name already, so I'm down.
And then there's only 100.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And then I've got 20 medals too, because I'm like a huge medal fan.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go.
And
you saw it here first. You saw the full cover here first.
And guys, we also got a glimpse. We also got a glimpse of that wonderful Super Mario behind Danielle. Look at it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
So that's like an OG Super Mario World sign.
Yeah, it's
like
incredible.
From the 90s.
Classic. I remember seeing that at the video stores, man. Like remember we used to rent physical copies.
Yeah. Me and my sisters would have to fight over what game. We did not have a lot of money growing up. Yeah. So we would get one movie and one video game. And we had to fight and decide, okay, what were we going to get this week?
Yeah. But all right, so speaking money, collections, and all that good stuff, guys, like I said, very few people I come across on IG have such incredible collections and inventory. So I gotta ask, give some advice here to the smaller collectors. How do you get to such a level? What did it take? Were you flipping your own collection? What was it exactly that really got you into comics and got you to this point?
Well, we didn't really have a PC until maybe like a decade ago. It was all just inventory. Okay. And it was constantly just turning quantity into quality. And it's just over and over and over again. Some of it were like really great timing. Like a lot of people didn't see value in restored books. And so I could pick up restored books at really low prices. Mm-hmm. And then eventually people are like, oh, well, there's a market for that. And I think that that'll probably kind of happen again. Like as unrestored, especially on the big golden age books, becomes more and more and more expensive. Yep. People are going to have to choose, well, do I want like a really unattractive copy? Or do I want to get something that has some work done to it, but it looks really nice?
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're buying it slabbed in the first place, so yeah, you're probably looking for the attractive copy to begin with, especially.
And I'll always say to everyone, like quality over quantity 1,000 times again.
Yeah,
agreed.
No doubt.
No, definitely agree on that aspect. But guys, I just want to put it out there. Danielle showed off her first exclusive. She said there was 100 copies. I saw 3 claims in chat. So we're only got.
Is that what that was? Is that what those were? Were there
97 left, man. Hit them the invoices. But
I'm dropping them on Whatnot this week.
There you go.
There
There you go. But guys, man, that was cool. Thank you so much for all that information.
Yeah.
Danielle, I know you gotta hop out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Busy
Thanks
night.
for
ahead.
joining.
Honestly, we appreciate it. Big time.
Yep. Now,
You guys-
Bye, guys.
See you later.
take care.
But
All right,
before we talk about Nefarious and his collection and everything, BC, you got to make your way down Ottawa area sometime, man. Hit up some of these shows. This guy's got a crazy collection. I had the pleasure of actually meeting you for the first time a couple of weeks ago now. I
Yeah,
think.
shopping mall, man.
Yeah, at a shopping mall. They had a little con there. I didn't expect it to be that big. I get
Me
there,
neither.
like 200 people just crowding the tables.
Yeah, it was wild.
What the fuck is going on here, right?
Funny.
You were
Go ahead.
You were selling, right?
Yeah. No, I was selling. Is this guy, local guy, Mike Martin, Dark Age. If you're in the Ottawa area, get in touch with him or hit me up. I'll give you his information. He does like new comic orders and really, really nice guy. But he has this show that he does. Maybe about 50 vendors. I was limited to like a 6-foot table, no wall. And so it was a shopping mall. Tables were about $60. I wasn't really expecting to do too much. And like, I didn't even bring a sales log. And it was like, that's been like the high watermark for shows this year.
Yeah.
Brandon, you showed up and we had a blast. And it was just so much fun. And like, listen, if you guys have ever set up at a show, you'll know the worst part is like set up and tear down. You know what I mean? At least set up, you're all like refreshed, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed. Tear down is like the worst.
Yeah.
And like tear down was like carrying a 6-foot table and four boxes in my car, you know?
I think you know what the worst part for me would be just being stuck in the booth because I would want to be out there just seeing all this stuff.
Well, listen, it's a double-edged sword because you're stuck in the booth means you're not spending money. Unless people come to your booth and try to sell you something, you know what I mean?
That's true.
That's how I look at it because I'm like, trying to make a business out of it. I think I was talking, we were backstage, we were talking about it, is like when you have a vested interest and you like collecting, you develop, I do anyways, emotional attachments to your stuff. And I'm always like, I always say, I'm like comic rich, cash poor, because as soon as I like move something, I'll like parlay it into something else, you know?
Hey,
Fair.
Well, yeah, Pacino's going to join. We'll definitely make our way to Ottawa. I actually was in Ottawa, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, Ottawa is like not even an hour and a half from here. So definitely.
Do it up, man.
Yeah, hit me up, man. Hit me up on the IG. I live right downtown, man. I'm always cruising around and, we go chill, kick it, whatever.
Dude, downtown Ottawa shifted, man. I find it's changed so much. I haven't been there in like 3 years. Now I went back and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, there's a dispensary on every corner. And
crazy. But it's honestly, like I said, we'll definitely link up. But guys, new comic book days this week, man. So we got to give you guys our top 5
comic
picks.
book days every week, bro.
Sorry?
New comic book days every week.
Yes, no, for sure. So this Wednesday. Yes. Touche. But Nefarious, you pulling a lot of books weekly or?
Yeah, man. So listen, shout out to my boy Left Arrows. He is a guy that I look to all the time for my like FOC and new comic book day stuff. He is a really good guy. Just like I talked to Danielle, she's like my mentor when it comes to like the bigger silvery stuff. Left Arrows is my guy I go to. And so I pull all sorts of stuff. And I was actually chatting with them because I knew I was coming on your guys' show and I had to be on point, man. And so when it comes to like new like FOC new comic book day, I was saying this backstage, it's almost like horse betting when it comes to, for me as a dealer trying to build an inventory. It's like what do you buy, what are people going to want 3-4 years down the road? And with 5,000 variant covers per book, it's not easy, man. So hats off, Left Arrows. What's up? I know you're in the chat. I wanted to show my respect and appreciation for that. But yes, a 5-minute answer to your simple question. Yes, I do pull a lot of stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, you just never know what's going to pop, right? So you just kind of got to look into each and every single one and see why, right?
Yeah.
I just want to shout out my wife. This is why I married her.
That comment.
LCBO. There you go. But yeah, no, Left Arrows is awesome. Great friend. And he's a local. So
Yes.
Yep. So there you go. All right, guys. So
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
give him a follow on IG because he kills it too with the new comic book day and the FOC.
Yeah, man. All right, so we're going to talk new comic book day this week. So we're giving you our top 5, even though I do think we should make it a top 10. You know why?
Yeah, we got to expand it at some point.
I'll explain why. Yeah, because we always end up we always end up with honorable mentions, guys. The Closet, number 3. So this wraps up the series. I don't know if you guys are reading any of this, but this is the end of it. I'm confused. Well, not confused. I'm surprised that it took 3 issues to wrap this up. I think it's a little rapid, man. I thought it was gonna maybe take a little more. So I'm curious to see how this one's gonna end. You on this one?
I haven't. Me personally, I'm not familiar with The Closet. What's the premise of the book?
Man, we can go deep forever on this one, but
so real quick, it's a little kid. He has basically a monster in his closet that's following him around, and it follows him and his father in a moving trip. Basically, they're moving.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's written by Tinian. You've got 2 issues out. Third one's wrapping it up. So
nice.
I'm surprised it was only a 3-issue miniseries.
Same.
Like that threw me off right off the get-go. Is number 2 out already?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna have to do some catching up. I read number 1. It was a little slow for my liking. You got that, little cliffhanger at the end of issue 1, but
that's what I'm saying. It's 3 issues to wrap it up.
I think they could have made it a little longer.
Yeah, but all right, honorable mention. So we don't need to go too far on it. But guys, Immortal X-Men number 5. This is the Arthur Adams variant. I think it's a beautiful cover. Total cover buy for me. You guys picking this one up?
You know what? Art Adams been dropping some great stuff lately.
Yeah.
The X-Men's kind of been weird for me. I used to be all about X-Men personally. I kind of shifted away from it a little bit. I like that cover. I'll probably go grab a couple copies of that.
Yeah, you're not alone in that at all, Nefarious. It's just because they have so many different titles coming out every week, right? It's hard to keep on track with all the storylines. But yeah, this is a fire cover. Like Emma Frost, you can't go wrong.
Total cover buy.
Yeah. This is definitely a cover buy here. There's actually another really nice one on the same issue, the Phil Noto.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking cover buys, guys, I don't know if you saw this one, but the Alex Lozano variant for Iron Man 22. Yeah. Yo, so I hope to God this shit doesn't come with any spine ticks. Being black, color breaks, those covers are a bit difficult, but man, this stealth costume is dope. I love it. I really, really can't wait to get this one. Total cover buy.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm sad on this one. I'll tell you why. Because my guy that I ordered from was away the long weekend or away whatever weekend FOC was, and I didn't check my emails in time. I love that cover. It's so nice. It's an iconic image. Like, who wouldn't want that in like a 9.8? You know what I mean? Graded.
Right.
I'm not picking it up just because I'm not an Iron Man fan, and then it'll just sit around. But yeah,
Move this man!
I had to.
It's got to happen to somebody, right? But it is a sweet cover, but it would just sit in my box, man. So no, I'm passing on this one myself.
Looking for Tony Stank.
Tony Stank.
Come on, this cover is killer, bro. The story is actually it's been pretty good, and this is sort of towards the beginning of a new arc. So if you want to jump on, this is still a good place to do it and a great cover to get on it, man. Because that's fucking fire.
It is. And Joe, some cool stuff happened in the last issue too. If you missed it, so.
For sure.
All right, moving on, man. Second print, Batman Superman World's Finest number 4. You've got a first year. I picked up the first print, picking up the second print. I think it's a neat cover. If I'm not mistaken, there's I think a 1 in 25 foil for this, right, Face?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
I love how you didn't ask me because me and DC we don't mix well.
Same.
Yeah. But yes, definitely one to pick up. And another honorable mention, second print, guys. 8 Billion Genies number 1 has been exploding.
Wow.
First print, the Miss Bird City. Not Miss Bird City, the Bird City comics. Sorry.
Yeah, that one's going crazy in the secondary market right now.
Yeah, because I keep seeing Miss Bird City posting it too, man, and it's
Yep.
It's a Super Mario Bros. 3 cover,
It's fire, man.
homage cover,
Fire.
right?
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah,
I
it's not
actually got
often you see like. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not often you see like store exclusives like go ballistic like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it was just unexpected and out of nowhere that it got optioned right away, and then all of the issues just started flying.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a fire cover too.
Yes.
Put me up on the big screen. I want to show everybody in the chat who may not have had the chance to see it. I'll show them that exclusive. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, there it is, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Damn, if I had been properly prepared, I would have.
So-
I actually got it. I was lucky enough to get one. So, yeah, it is, man. It's a fire cover, man.
Damn.
Beautiful. But all right, guys, let's start the actual list. So here we go, man. Coming in number 5, you got Spider-Man 2099, Exodus number 5. Now, guys, this is X-Men 2099. We know this is taking place in the future. We've already had X-Men 2099 that, pop in within comics, but it looks like we're going to probably have a new lineup here. I'm not really specking on this too much, but we will put it on the list for the sake of people who might be. Read-wise, man, I don't know if anyone's reading this. It's decent at best. I'm not going too crazy on the series. You guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had all those Ken Lashley frame variants of the Spider-Man
There it
Exodus.
is.
So
Yeah.
I've been like buying those. Not to mention Ken Lashley's awesome too. He's a really nice guy and whatnot. So I bought some of this, not because everything's fair game right now with the multiverse and all this stuff. You never know who's going to pop up where.
Yep.
That's a fair point, but for myself, it's just the fatigue is setting in. At least in comics right now, like I can take a little bit more on the big screen, but just with this series in particular, every issue we've got new characters, right?
Every
So-
issue.
Yeah.
Every issue. So right now, I'm getting a little tired of this run itself.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But again, like Nefarious said, the Lashley frame variant was where it was at for me too.
Yeah.
That's the one I was picking up, and I agree with BC. The story was kind of mediocre at best. I don't really expect a whole lot from the characters that were introduced here. I mean, Spider-Man 2099, he is what he is. We're going to see him again. The rest of them, probably not. I mean, who knows? We might, but I can't see how catching like Spider-Man 2099. So you really didn't miss anything if you didn't get on this one.
I agree, man. But
Some nice coverage.
I think Comic Dude's going to say the complete opposite about the next book. In fact, I think he would even place it number 1. Careful, guys. Man might pitch a tent after this one.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Dead Lucky, number 1, man. Guys, I've been anticipating the arrival of Dead Lucky, and
Yes.
I'm super excited to be picking this one up. The whole Radiant universe, we talk about it, Massiveverse. We talk about this almost weekly, and we highly encourage everybody gets on it. If you haven't yet, do so. Nefarious, have you picked up anything Radiant Black related or all that good
Man,
stuff?
I haven't. You know what I mean? With the I just don't get a chance to read as much as I like, and so I'm generally just sticking with the Marvels with the foray into some DC stuff. So unfortunately, I've been seeing this hit everyone's list. I unfortunately didn't get in on it.
Yeah, there he is.
What can I say?
It's a power.
I love this whole universe. The Massiveverse is phenomenal. It's literally what I look forward to every new comic book day, whether it's Radiant Red, Radiant Black, Rogue Sun. Now we got Dead Lucky. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 titles going on. Radiant Red just ended, but I don't know if everyone's read issue 5 yet. There will be more.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it
we
looks
got
like
4 ongoing titles right now with, the Massiveverse. And we're going to get Massiveverse issue 2 next year.
Yep.
Well, they're not stopping any time, guys.
No.
No, it doesn't look like they are, and I mean, rightfully so, because they're killing it. The stories have been great. I mean, I'm like you guys. I love everything about the Massiveverse, and I think Dead Lucky is going to be another dope character that gets introduced. I mean, look, the design's fucking awesome. So
No, it definitely looks dope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And for Tim asking, it is an ongoing, the Dead Lucky.
Nice. Yes.
like, it's gonna be a good one.
Exactly.
And I think so. Was there already a first appearance for this character, or
it was in, I guess, a preview, you can say, right at the end of a.
yeah, Supermassive.
Yeah, you can argue the whole cameo, first appearance.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily say their name, but they have a little blurb, and it's one panel at the very last page of Massiveverse, of Supermassive.
Yeah.
And then it says at the bottom right, the Dead Lucky coming in August.
Yep, exactly. Man.
It is.
So yeah, I definitely pick up Supermassive just in case you're specking on the character. But we're gonna go complete 180 on Comic Dude and bring up a DC book at
Gosh,
number
Yes.
3.
Big book.
Yeah, man. So you got the cover G, bro. This is the card stock, Dark Crisis number 3. Now, apparently Red Canary, on the cover, of course, but it looks like she's not even showing up within this issue. So it looks like this is going to be just a cover buy. At this point, I do think people are going to be searching for this. If you see it, pick it up, man. It's first cover technically, so I'm totally grabbing it. I have one on pre-order, so I'm happy. Do your FOCs. That's why you FOC, guys.
Yeah, but like you were saying, cover G, there's 75 covers on this event series book, so I think that scares a lot of people away to begin with. And then, but again, I'll bring up my boy Left Arrows. He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, get this book," and I was like, "Cover G, like, man, like how far down the alphabet is that?" So I grabbed all that. I think they're going to be trying to push this character. It's now Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. They've renamed the series, and I've been reading that series. You know what I mean? As I mentioned, I'm not too much into DC. I want to be into it. And it's kind of like the Young Avengers of DC. It's a cool series, I guess, but I like that cover. It looks neat. It speaks to me, and I think it'll do well.
Is she like related to Black Canary or something like that? I don't know. I have no idea about this book. I have no idea about this character. What's that?
I said this man.
DC and me are just two different worlds. Like you said, Nefarious, though. I've been trying and pushing myself into more and more DC lately. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start picking some up soon. But as of right now, I've only recently picked up 3 DC books in the last 2 years.
We at least we're getting you started right way. We got you reading the Sandman series, so there's that.
There you go.
But yeah, man, it's a new character that's getting introduced in UCU's big summer event series. So it's a cool cover, good reason to pick it up. Definitely grabbing it. And the series so far, I think it's been all right. Hasn't been anything
crazy.
Yeah, groundbreaking or anything like that. But it's been an okay read.
Yeah, but definitely look for the next issue, right? If she's only on the cover here on issue 3, I assume within issue 4 we should be seeing the first full. So keep an eye out for that one. But issue 2, man, not issue 2, number 2. Sorry, we've got Batman 126, man. Cover C cardstock, yo. That ASM 316. I just, it's an homage that has been completely overdone, but this one's neat, man. And 125 was a great read. I'm looking forward to 126. I really got faith in the run. I don't know what you guys think. Chip is on this one, so
like new creative team, new direction. They got Failsafe coming in. This was kind of like another variant way down the list too. You know what I mean? I don't think it was actually revealed until like right before FOC, but it looks cool. You know what I mean? Like take everything away from the story. You just look at the cover and you're like, man, I'd like to have that book.
Yep.
This is actually one I'm going to pick up.
Oh,
yeah. Swerve. Michael Baker made a bet with me that I wouldn't pick up 125. Everybody was talking up 125. I picked it up just because Chip Zdarsky is now, writing the Batman series, and I quite enjoyed it. Just haven't picked it up at 125. Nowhere else. It made sense to me. It was a good storyline, so I'm gonna check this out.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a dope ass cover. Like you said, it has been done a lot, but getting to see it in DC on Batman, that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. The storyline, Chip fucking Zdarsky, man. He's killing it over there on Daredevil. I expect he's gonna do the same over here on Batman. And so far, we're off to a pretty good start. Like you said, first issue, good read. Definitely digging it. This is one to grab.
100%. And you hear Lefteros over here saying there's 2 new appearances. So there you go, man. Keep an eye out. But you guys might disagree. You might hate me. You might think I'm crazy, which, I mean, that's not news, but I am. Number 1 pick. And hear me out. Yes, I did pick this over Batman 126, but Edge of Spider-Verse number 1.
Oh, no, I'm on board.
Yeah, no, totally. And I'm going to go even more hardcore, and I'm going to explain why. There's already toys out there, that are being... Yeah. that are being made, man. I think this dinosaur Spider-Man who is gonna make his way into this. I'll be honest, man. I kind of saw most of this issue already, but it's gonna be hilarious. There's a neat little ending, and there's a reason why you see Spider-Man Noir there as well. I went heavy on this. Well, not too heavy. I think I picked up like 11, 12 copies, mixed up some of the covers, and got the 110, especially the U variant, because this one is gonna totally hit.
Yeah.
My opinion. This is my opinion, but straight up, I think this is gonna be a merchandising war, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think kids are gonna love this. They're already pumping out some toys, like I said, merchandise. So it's a pickup for me.
Yeah, I think so too. Here are my thoughts on this issue. One, that U variant was like late reveal right before FOC, so I think that's going to be the pick of the litter. Two, I think there's a connecting variant that has a first cover appearance of one of the characters. It's like an Aranya variant, I believe. The only drawback with like the Edge of Spider-Verse series is everyone knows it's going to be big going in. It's going to be heavily ordered. And that being said, I went huge on it to get all the variants and stuff like that. And with the Edge of Spider-Verse too, there's going to be first appearances in every book. One of the ones I'm looking at is like number 5 with the first appearance of the Web Weaver. I think that's going to be popular, but like I think the U variant's definitely the one to get here.
Agreed.
So I'm going to start off by saying, first, I don't agree with you, BC. You know, Deadlock, you should have been number 1. Just throw that out there. But I am going to be picking this up. We've seen it before. All the other Spider-Verse series have been bangers. You know, this is, you know, it's going to be the same thing. This is going to be a good read, and you never know down the line either, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking a dinosaur Spider-Man, bro. You can't go wrong. That is a merchandising fucking dream, and I love it. I know Mel over at Junket Chaslin is going to hate it because he does not dig the dinosaurs at all, but you know, that's okay because
that's okay.
Look at this guy, man. He's awesome. I dig it. There are going to be a lot of copies out there, like you guys said.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it. It's just a fun character. I would put it at number 1 too. I'm gonna be honest, BC. I'm with you, man.
And yo, don't forget there's villains in here, and there's a Green Goblin that will be in here. That's all I want to say. I don't want to spoil too much.
I saw the
T-Rex too, isn't he?
It is.
No, I think isn't he like a pterodactyl or some shit?
Yeah, Green Goblin pterodactyl.
Yeah, but guys, definitely going to be an awesome book to pick up this week. Like I said, many good ones. So those are our top 5 picks of the week. Now, I know we're speeding right through the show. Nefarious is like, bro, what the fuck are these guys
Buddy,
doing?
I'm jamming, man. I'm chilling.
That's exactly what's going on. But we do our news portion, and guys, it's heavy. There's been a lot of news still pouring out since San Diego Comic-Con. Tons of good shit. We're going to dip right into it, man. You ready?
I'm here for it.
Nowhere close to an actual news network.
That's right. We're nowhere close, but we pretend. So get your fucking newspapers and let's do this shit. All right. So, like I said,
don't do it, dude.
But there's been tons of news still. Wonder Man number 1. Look at you. Claim, by the way. I claimed that copy. But all right, so there's tons of news that's been coming out since San Diego Comic-Con, even with the massive news that dropped right out the gate from All H. But let's start it off right away. We'll kick it off with Brandon's favorite, some DC news. BATFLEK returns, man. So Ben Affleck, he's coming back, man. He's coming back. He's going to be in Aquaman 2. I mean, I want to say I kind of expected it. I just don't know where DC stands anymore when we look at the universe. I'm starting to get a little confused when it comes to the movie shit. Right. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be fun to see them on the screen again. They had a great chemistry in Justice League as well. But you guys looking forward to this. What are your thoughts on this, man, with BATFLEK coming back?
Yo, listen, I like Ben Affleck's like take kind of like the Dark Knight Returns style, like an older Batman. He's seen some shit. I'm here for it, and it gives consistency too. You know what I mean? It's not like you get a new actor every time. Like the Batman movie was great with the guy Robert Pattinson. He was very
Pattinson,
good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
a chalk it up to a year one tale or whatever. But I like Batman, Ben Affleck Batman personally.
I got to say the same. Honestly, I liked his version of Batman a lot better than Pattinson's, in my opinion, at least. And I'm excited to see him back. So
Yeah, but Pattinson's was a different tone.
yeah, it
right?
was like a teen
It was-
angst, you know, like angry at his parents kind of Batman.
Detective Comics, like that. I don't know, like we'll
But
say.
you know, okay, so here's the thing: there's room for both, and they were both good. I enjoyed both also, and I am glad to see him coming back. I think if anything, the problem with his character would have been more in the story that they gave him. I mean, obviously, you know, the portrayal was done really well. So yeah, I'm excited to see him come back for it, and maybe hopefully we'll get that Batman movie with BATFLEK that we were gonna get originally.
Yep.
Cross our fingers.
But I'm just like, is it gonna tie into now with the Rock, the whole Shazam?
Yeah, that's kind of muddy waters there. So
It's very puzzling. So we'll see where that goes. And you know how the Rock feels, right? The Rock saying that Black Adam's gonna change the DC.
I hope he's right, man. I honestly do. I hope he's right.
They need to do something with their DC movies. They've just been
I want
shit in
it.
the bed
Yeah.
since day one, so it's time to take a turn and actually give Marvel a run for their money.
Well, I'd say The Rock's probably the most bankable actor in Hollywood right now. You know, if there's a Rock
Oh,
movie, you're getting eyes just because it's The Rock, and he's the same character in every movie. I don't think there's a better actor out there right now to play Black Adam. The problem with these super powerful characters, though, is they need to have good adversaries. And to this point, I think Superman and The Rock, the Superman Rock fight, and I think there were some comments on that this week The Rock had made, would be that would be the movie to make, in my opinion, if you're DC right now.
I think the comment was something along the lines of The Rock was being asked at San Diego Comic-Con about that throwdown between the two of them, and he made a comment of, well, it comes down to who's playing him type thing. And I guess that kind of pissed people off because everyone's hoping for a Henry Cavill return, right?
Well,
But-
I mean, it does make sense too, though, because at the same time, like,
Yes.
if they got somebody that wasn't, you know, of like, I guess the same kind of build as Henry Cavill or you know, The Rock, or even like Chris Hemsworth type. Not that he should play it, but you know, that sort of build or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to really make sense, you know, because Superman standing up to Black Adam, man. You kind of want to see them be about the same size and everything like that, you know. You want it to look legit, so.
But like with DC Universe right now, that like I remember when Peacemaker came out, I was like truthfully not looking forward to that show. I watched a couple episodes and like I remember the metrics they were releasing is like this was the biggest show in the world at the time it was being released.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I thought Peacemaker was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. It was like 5 stars.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah.
John Cena killed it, man. He absolutely killed
so
it.
Good. So
I
good.
had so many doubts because of John Cena. That's really what it came down to. And then here you have, now you're speaking Shazam, The Rock, you're talking Peacemaker, John Cena, 2 wrestlers. Who would have thought? But
yeah, right.
Hey, man,
what you're gonna have is a cast of the Royal Rumble from 2005 now migrating into the DC universe. You know,
Spike Dudley out of nowhere.
Yeah. There you go.
But all right, man. So moving on, Cosmo, a girl. Cosmo, I guess, I don't know, but yes, okay. So Cosmo will be voiced by Maria Bakalova. Did I say it right?
Probably not.
Anyways, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Gunn stated that Cosmo is based on Laika, a female Soviet space dog who died in orbit in 1957. Now, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Primordial or whatever that just came out recently based on that?
Yeah, they're sending animals to space for,
Exactly. So, I get it. He's, paying homage to it, but again, another, I don't want to say a gender swap in the MCU, but it's weird. I don't care. It's a dog. At the end of the day, how much screen time is this thing going to have? But hey, it's made news. People are kind of voicing themselves. What's your takes, guys?
Cosmo, that's kind of it's funny I have it written there. Yeah, it's par for the course these days, I guess. I think Cosmo was kind of like an androgynous character anyway. It was a dog in a spacesuit. I'm here for it. Like, as long as the movie's good. more power to the casting choice, I suppose.
More importantly, whether it's male or female, you know what I'm hoping for?
Howard the Duck.
Nova.
Oh yeah.
Cosmo's got ties to Nova.
You should have known.
So,
known.
I think that I'm hoping that means we're a little closer to getting some more Nova news at least, because we never got anything about that at San Diego. But it's coming. It's coming.
Yes, yeah. Disney or the Disney Con, D whatever con that's coming out. I think we're gonna get some more news on that, or a couple things.
I'm hoping.
D23, baby.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna get some.
What we're gonna get Cosmo for, because he's got good ties to Nova.
But they want to surprise people. They just dropped so much on our plate, like just mind-blowing stuff. If people aren't going to be expecting Nova just to fly out of it, because they already have the Nova Corps in there. It's just Guardians of the Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I know James Gunn came out a number of years ago and said the biggest character not in the MCU right now is going to be making his first appearance in the Disney Holiday Special. It has to be the Silver Surfer. It has to be. I don't know who's bigger.
That would be sick. That would be
dope.
Or like something where you see like they're on Xandar, the Nova Corps are there, and they like say, "Hey, Richard, come here," or something like that, or Sam Alexander flies or something.
I'd lose my mind.
So two things I just want to point out. WVogs18, dude, thank you. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the hobby, man. If you do end up picking comics, let us know, man, and we will definitely be here for you. And
it'll change your life.
Yeah, it will, and for the better. Maybe not the wallet, but hey, man, just enjoy the hobby, collect what you like, and here you go. Huge Batman fan, so you're in the right place. Now, another thing, Nova is the Peter Parker of space. Thank you, Wes. I've said this a million times. I got shat on by everybody. Yes, it totally is, man.
I'll continue to shit on that, man. Oh, it's just.
Well, listen, Nova is cool and it's a dope character, but we're talking about Cosmo here, a dog. Now, has it ever really been established, other than the fact that the character has been voiced by, I think, males in other stuff? But has it been established whether the dog is actually male or female? Like, who cares? Like,
exactly.
I think it's a cool tribute. So I'm good.
Yeah, it is. But dude, for some reason, people are making a stink already. Anyways, regardless of the fact, let's move on. We've got She-Hulk trailer Easter eggs, apparently. So while the poster doesn't quite spell the name the same way, as the first name has one less letter than the comic accurate Johnny, that hasn't stopped fans from speculating about the possibilities. So Johnny Blaze possible poster behind. She is a fan, right? Do you guys think they're starting to plant the seeds?
I think it's so amazing. Yeah. Guys, going back 20 years when you're sitting around the playground, or a little longer in my case, you know what I mean? And you're like, wouldn't it be cool if this was this? And it's just cool. I think his universe building, whether or not we see him or it alludes to it, just nice that these things are in the background. And it fuels my passion. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is really cool, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm hoping we get some Ghost Rider, man. I'm seeing a lot of rumors these days about Ryan Gosling.
I don't know, man.
Right? I couldn't see it. I could. I could see Keanu Reeves being.
No,
Keanu's too old.
He's old, but I don't know, man.
Guys, we got Nicolas Cage, so
Norman
that
Reedus
was bad enough.
Norman Reedus has been lobbying to play it, and I mean, I wouldn't be mad to see him play Johnny Blaze, man. I think he could pull it off. But like Nefarious said, this is just one of those little cool things that, you know, it makes the hobby fun, especially when you get into looking at these movies and these series and everything like that. And it does kind of get your hopes up for the future. But at the same time, you have to show restraint. Like, don't get too crazy with it. Just because they did drop this, it doesn't mean go out and buy every Ghost Rider key. Now, I think you're probably safe in doing that because we will see Ghost Rider eventually. But, you know, like, for instance, another one would have been the Grim Reaper, Easter egg that we got in WandaVision. Yeah, it was cool to get it, but it didn't really pan out if you ran out and grabbed every fucking Grim Reaper thing that was out there, you know, because he hasn't shown up yet. So,
but another actor that I wouldn't mind seeing play Johnny Blaze is what's his name? Charlie Hunnam, the guy who in Son of.
Oh yeah, man, good pick.
Oh yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, so maybe typecasting, right? The whole motorcycle stuff, but man.
Yeah, but I mean, he fits the role, man.
He does. He does, and he's got the acting. I think he can do it. But that's us being hopeful. Hopefully, we do get Ghost Rider soon. Maybe we're getting these little Easter eggs thrown in here purposely, man. Especially with all the good stuff coming with Blade, Black.
Oh,
Knight.
you see, you know what? Hold up real quick. Because actually, Lateros just made a comment here. You know, he's got a good point. Wonder Man coming, Grim Reaper probably is coming too. So
get those books. Get those books.
Wait, I'm working on it. Just pick these up today for $1 each. Let's go.
The man's
there
flying.
You go.
He's a millionaire.
Yeah, there he is.
So guys, that's how you end
top
up.
Of the world.
That's how you end up with a collection like Nefarious and like Danielle. You just pick up Wonder Man's at $1. But all right, so we're gonna move forward. We've got more news. Spider-Man What If, apparently, man. So freshman year is looking like it's gonna be a What If series. So Marvel Studios, head of streaming Brad Winderbaum has confirmed that Spider-Man freshman year does not take place on Earth 616 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He also states, because of new random occurrences, it's not Tony Stark who's waiting for him there. It's Norman Osborn, man. I think that's fucking cool. That sends his life in an unexpected trajectory that collides him with many unexpected characters in the MCU, in the Marvel Universe. Sorry. So, I mean, it's an animated series. I didn't think it was going to go the what if route. I really thought they were going to shed some light on Peter Parker's origin from the current, MCU timeline. So we know that Tom Holland is Peter Parker. We never saw what happened prior because, we didn't feel the need to. We've gotten two series already, right? Did we need it again in the third? No. But I really thought the animated series was going to somewhat touch base on that. I'm cool with this though. I think this is a cool little spin-off. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's an odd choice though, you know what I mean? Not that I'm not for this. I just maybe don't do this first as is like freshman year sort of series. Give us some back history of the 616 Peter Parker. Like, hey, listen, I'll watch and consume whatever Marvel puts down. It's just it's a weird choice, I think. But not to say I don't like it.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you, man. I think it's completely weird and just out of the blue for them to do this. I expected freshman year just to continue off from where we've left off so far. But it's going to be a completely different take, and I have no idea what to expect, honestly. So, see how it goes, I guess.
Well, that's the thing that Marvel's doing that's actually really cool is, they've established this multiverse concept. So now everything that they put out is a fucking what if episode if it isn't directly tied into the MCU.
Yep.
That being said, I'm with Aman Vellani and Kevin Feige is wrong. The MCU is not 616. 616 is the comics. But anyway, I'm on board with this. I'm gonna watch it. I think it can be a cool series, and yeah, it's just a different version of Spider-Man. Yep. They give it the what if label so that it gives the potential to use this version of the character anywhere else down the road. Yep. And it just works.
Agreed, man. But we'll see, man. I think it's interesting. It's gonna be fun, and we're getting a totally different story. And anything Spider-Man, I'm totally game for. But anyways, moving on. Spider-Man news. Spider-Verse is getting pumped. Yeah, man. So new Spider-Verse toys for Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse has been showing up on some shelves, man. Some stores seemingly confirm that Spider-Punk will be making his way to the big screen based off of what they're showing on merchandise. So you've got the, Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse logo on it. The mask is there. The guitar is there. I mean, kind of inevitable, right? Didn't they say there's going to be so many Spider-Man characters showing up within this two-part movie now, right? It's a two-part. Apparently, they're saying there's going to be like 200 new characters popping into this one. I don't know if...
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
I don't know how they're planning on doing this. It's gonna be wild.
It is gonna be wild, but you know, it's like something they've been doing for the past 30, 40 years. You know what I mean? When it goes from Peter Parker gets a black costume, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, now a different version of Spider-Man is resonating. We're selling more books. All of a sudden, you get Ben Reilly. Then you start getting, you know, a different version of Spider-Man. Then all of a sudden, they're like, wait a second, we got this multiverse, infinite possibilities, and they've just doubled down on that. And now, as we've seen, there's a Spider-Rex. There's the, you know, you have unlimited possibilities, and they're just continuously double downing on it. And they're okay, we have this variance. It's like when you're making your pizza, we have all these different toppings. Okay, we have the base, which is the pizza, which is Spider-Man. Now we're going to put this aspect on this one and this aspect on the other one. Everyone wants it. Spider-Man, listen, is probably, you know, for lack of better terms, I might get killed in the chat here, probably like one of the best superheroes or the best intellectual properties in the world. Now, how can we make as many different variants and market them all to the population as possible? I think it's fun, you know, but
no chance you're getting killed for that statement because
I think everyone.
I think as we get closer, we're gonna get more like different variations of toys. Like we're not just gonna see some Spider-Punk toys, you know what I mean? But I don't mind it. I like his look. I didn't like his recent series that just came out, but I think it'll be cool to see, and I'm excited to see what other characters we're gonna come across.
Yeah, man, I'm on board for it too because the best fucking Spider-Man stories that we're getting right now, honestly, are, you know, in, you know, these movies, the live action movies and shit like that. I just haven't been on board with a lot of the fucking Spider-Man comics lately. The actual series. My personal opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that love them, but for me, they just haven't been working, and I'm hoping for the best in the future. But you know, yeah, it's a cool variation of the character. I dig it with spikes, and, you know, the guitar. I'm into the punk shit, so.
But you know, it's not like literary works, but it's fun and it resonates with children. So it's something you can enjoy with your children, and you don't necessarily need to have 60 years of a continuity to understand. You just take it for what it is. It's gonna be a fun episode or a fun whatever, like Into the Spider-Verse movie, which is probably the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Dope soundtrack, great visuals, and they're just continuously doubling down on those concepts. Well, listen, I'm for it, you know?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Same, man.
It is that good, too. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It is so good.
I agree, man. Yo, my kid still makes me watch that shit almost once a week.
But it's not bad. It's fun to watch, you know?
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it.
You're on board with it. Yeah,
exactly. I've watched it at least, I would say 500 times. Not even kidding, because he watches it religiously. And
you'll watch it 500 more.
Wait, BC, you're asking your kid at least once a week to watch the Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's it right there.
But that's how we got to 500 so quick, right? He does one, I do one a week, so we're at twice a week.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's a great movie. I'm looking forward to the next one, and given that it's a two-parter, I think it's going to be pretty big, man. So it's the only good shit Sony's been doing anyway. So
also the only Marvel movie ever to win an Academy Award, you know?
Oh, yeah. Very true. Very true. But all right, man, moving on from this news. Is it ever enough, man? No, Kevin Feige, he teases even more major MCU announcements, saying there's so much more to discuss and so much more to unveil, and we didn't want to talk about everything today at San Diego Comic-Con. So, guys, Nefarious, you were saying it earlier, D23 is on its way. Everyone's anticipating that coming now, right? And there's so many projects that are still not even revealed yet, and some that have been revealed that didn't even get discussed. No timeline, no nothing. Armor Wars is one of them. Right? No one spoke. I expect to see shit like that at D23, but there's been some changes of names too, right? There was Agatha. Now you've got the Coven. So I just want to shed some light on that because I was actually talking to a friend of the channel, Nick.
COVID? What? Did you say the COVID?
Coven.
The Coven. Sorry, my bad. But yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry, bro. I'm speaking fast. But yeah. So talking about Agatha, I was talking with a friend of the channel, Nick, and he's probably the only other person I've heard mention this. Now we're looking at Agatha, the Coven. You have witches, right? So that's just multiple witches. There's lots of Doom talk, which I know Nefarious is super happy about. But yeah, man, Doom's mom's a witch, right? So given that the MCU is playing in, man, you might want to look into such a book of such, right? So you can go Astonishing Tales 8. That's her first appearance. Man, it's a cheap book. Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe there's a reason why they went that route. So ties to Fantastic Four. You got, Franklin, who she was, Agatha was also the nanny for. So who knows where this goes? But I think that's going to be a fun show too. Maybe we'll see a trailer, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't that already go into production?
What?
The Agatha show?
I think so. Not 100%, but I believe it did.
Well, just things to look forward to. Like I said, there's tons of stuff, but yeah, man, what are you guys expecting out of D23, man? Armor Wars for sure. I hope so.
Yeah, what didn't they announce? There's Armor Wars, like, maybe we got that Nova. They're probably gonna plug Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. What I personally, guys, have been telling some of my bigger clients is like, buy X-Men 1 now, because they're the only original like Marvel characters, like Thor, Iron Man, those types of guys that aren't officially in play. You know what I mean? There's no concrete X-Men release date. There has to be something with X-Men coming down the line sooner rather than later, with like Miss Marvel, all that stuff, X-Men 97 cartoon. It's so weird. There's so much they can go out with all the characters that are in play, that have been making appearances and announcements. Like, they could show some more casting announcements from like Blade, or some more information on when we're going to see Black Knight again, the second seasons of a number of the different Disney shows, more announcements about Loki season 2, Eternals, more announcements about that. It's an exciting time to be a Marvel fan, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, people have been waiting their whole lives for this to happen, and we're living it. We go through year by year and just see all their different drops and releases. I'm just happy, to be here, to be able to witness all of this, right? I'm just here for the ride, guys. I want to hear some Nova. That's my number one thing. I want to hear some Nova news. I would love to hear about some Armor Wars, because that'd be sweet. I want, John Bernthal as Punisher and War Machine armor, because that'd be sweet.
Oh, I'd love that.
Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get at D23.
Well, what's the date? Is the date of D23 after the release of Black Panther 2?
I believe it's going to be now within September.
Before.
Okay.
Before.
Because where I was going with that is, I was thinking maybe they let Riri come into play, let her resonate with some people that might not be familiar with the character, and then, a coattail off that with announcements of Armor Wars.
Yeah.
It's going to be September 9th to the 11th.
Okay. That's right around the corner. Jeez.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's never enough.
Yeah. I mean, the answer to that question obviously is no. Of course it's never enough. D23. Yeah. Okay. So whenever they went to SDCC, they gave us a lot of cool stuff, but what they didn't really do was give us anything new. I mean, they confirmed some stuff that was sort of rumored, but there wasn't really anything necessarily new and shiny. I mean,
I didn't expect 2 Avengers though. Back to back.
Well, see, the Avengers. I mean, like, obviously it had been rumored about getting Secret Wars, and we knew they were doing the Kang stuff. So that's the kind of thing right there. They confirmed, the Avengers movies at the end of Phase 6. They set themselves up right there perfectly.
Yeah.
There's really.
I don't think those Avenger movies are going to be back to back. I think we're going to have a couple different shows or movies in between both of those.
We damn sure could, and probably will. But I mean, that's the thing. They left Phase 6 open.
Yeah.
For a reason. So yeah, like you guys said, that's going to fill in probably at D23. I would expect. So
yeah,
we're going to see some new stuff right there.
If it doesn't fill in fully, I'm sure we're definitely going to start hearing a bit more news about Phase 6. But kind of why I went with the intro of Ari Shem from Eternals, man, is that, he's coming back for Judgment Day. So, are we going to start seeing more seeds planted there, for something set up after Secret Wars, where, okay, now we got to deal with more big shit, Celestials and God knows what. But who knows? I know a lot of people specking, people talking, let's say Captain America, New World Order. I don't know if anyone here has read Secret Empire. I thought that was a great one
cool.
too.
That was cool.
That's a possibility that could come to fruition too. Who knows?
Secret Empire is dicey though, and the reception on it was not great when it came out, because obviously with Captain America being the character that he is and
Yes.
being created by who he is. Yeah, I mean that's rough. So
Yes, but there you go. There's been some other trademarks that took place. Sorry, that have also been made. Now, were those to derail us, or are they set in stone? We don't know. But there was the was it the Eternal Saga and the Timeless Saga? There you go. So Timeless, best comic of 2022. Yeah. So who knows where they're going? But I'm pumped. It's around the corner, guys. Like I said, is it ever enough? I don't think it's ever enough.
Nope.
So speaking of which, no origin for the Fantastic Four.
Thank God.
No, exactly. So in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Feige said a lot of people know this origin story. A lot of people know the basics. How do we take that and bring something that they've never seen before? So I'm cool with it. They did it with Spider-Man, like we just said earlier. Do we need a Fantastic Four origin story? I wouldn't think so. Maybe the average, fan, viewer, person who is not too familiar might be a little confused. But guys, for me, Fantastic Four is such a key part at the beginning of Marvel Comics, right? So, like, I don't know how they're going to tie them into this. I'm curious to see where this comes in. Is it the incursion?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I think they're just following the roadmap of how they brought Spider-Man back. The origin stories are difficult because there's 3/4 of the movie right there just setting it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Setting up the origin, making sure that the pacing is right and whatnot. The thing is that James Gunn said this is the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and historically speaking, Fantastic Four has been like the gateway to Marvel's cosmic universe. So with Fantastic Four comes like a whole litany of cosmic beings and whatnot, and challenges and whatnot. So I think they're going to kind of take the forefront of like the major events, alongside with the Avengers, and so on and so forth in Marvel. How do I feel about no origin? I'm with it because I think it speeds things up. There's more kind of significant plot points that are going to be able to take place versus like a coming of age story, or in my opinion, I don't know.
You guys have already said it. I'm just happy there's no origin. We don't have to fight through that. What is it for a fourth time now? So.
Yeah,
just get on with the story,
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with Spider-Man, we accept it. We know what his origin story is for the basics, the essentials, and we just apply that to the MCU. Like, okay, it's a given that it kind of happened, and we go from there. And he showed up in Avengers, and it worked. We're good with it. Same thing with Fantastic Four, and it can work just the same way. We don't need to see another origin that we already know. And these characters are big enough that most people do got, the basics of at least what happened and how they got their powers. And we can just go from there. Give us a good fucking story. That's all we need.
Exactly.
Especially for this fucking franchise. Please give us something good.
Yeah, like I think if they play like the theme song to that 90s animated series and the lead-in for the movie, like you're pretty much caught up. You know what I mean? Like Outer Space Adventure, ran into cosmic rays, like you're good. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, man. But I agree. No origin. Let's just get straight to it. So moving on, man.
Same thing with the mutants. Just bring them fuck in.
Exactly, guys. Cameo Mania. So Quantum Mania. Now, director Peyton Reed teased, oh yes, there's great fun in store for everyone and some surprising faces that may show up in the quantum realm. He said, so yes, we are very excited. In the same interview, the director insisted that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania will permanently change the MCU as well. Now, speaking on both, Newbie's channel here as well, I think the second we found out Majors was casted for this movie, 100% we knew that shit was going to hit the fan. I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to be as serious as a tone from what it sounds like out of San Diego Comic-Con. But, man, it's going to be a big movie, man. And I had a feeling that this would be the one out of all the news we got prior in 2019. So I'm excited to see this come out to play. Cassie Lang is there. Kang is here. Guys, Bill fucking Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray's awesome, man. You think we get Iron Lad in this film, or you think that comes later? You know what I mean?
I would think it happens here, man. I think it's gonna happen, dude. Maybe within the quantum realm.
Yeah, because do you remember what was it in Loki where they were going through the quantum realm and you see that tiny little city in the corner that everyone was like zooming in on? I know my details are a little askew on this. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, but anything in the quantum realm, time travel, Ant-Man, I think is fun, especially with like to your point, we didn't know how big Kang would be. If he'd be like kind of like just an insignificant character because we haven't seen him since Loki, all of a sudden he's like the driving force for the next 3 or 4 years. It's going to be really interesting to see how this really plays out. And I'm excited to see, like I was talking about the Young Avengers and how they kind of start assembling. Now we got Cassie Lang as Stature or whatever her other alias is. She looks like she's ready to jump in. And I love, like I was saying earlier, Easter eggs. Easter eggs are some of my favorite things, because a lot of times, a lot of these plot points are kind of spoiled. People know them before, like the Illuminati showing up in Doctor Strange. Cameos often you don't know of, and you see someone come waltzing through. Now that the multiverse is in play, you can have all these crazy actors coming in portraying different variants of different characters. Like just as an example, there was rumors of Tom Cruise playing Iron Man. Imagine he comes coasting through here,
I'd laugh.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
This is a movie I'm really looking forward to, honestly. Ever since it was announced, we heard that Kang, was going to be a part of it. Like you said, BC, we thought he was going to be big, and now we know he's going to be a big part of all of this. So I'm just excited that they're finally bringing Cassie Lang in for bigger parts too. And like you said, Nefarious, maybe we're going to see Iron Lad. Maybe some young Avengers are going to come.
I still think this is the most gutting thing that could happen, and I hope
that's what I've been thinking too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
I'd like to see some young Avengers here soon. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good movie. It's going to be a fun movie. And it definitely, they're trying to open up the Marvel Universe as much as they can. And they're succeeding. This is another movie that's going to bring in, obviously different aspects like the quantum realm, and the time travel is going to be fucking huge with this.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this movie, man, to be honest.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, so far we already know who's going to be there, but tons of surprise cameos, and man, I really hope we get Iron Lad. I really think that would be awesome, man. So I agree with Nefarious 100%.
Would be dope.
All right. Last but not least, Secret Invasion crossover series. Now this was news that I think dropped today, Face, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so it's officially the MCU's first Disney Plus original crossover series. So Secret Invasion is a newly announced series heading to Disney Plus that stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben, whatever the fuck name that is, I can't say it, as the Skrull Talos. So characters who first met in
Mendelsohn.
Sorry?
Mendelsohn.
There you go. The crossover event series showcases a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years, very much like the comics. So I think what we're doing here, when we look at it as a crossover event, I think now as more projects are going to be coming about, we're going to start seeing who was always one, who was always a Skrull. And we're going to see, as these shows and movies take place, Secret Wars playing in the background. That's what I think is really going to happen here. And then Secret Invasion being the series where it's all going to go down.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. But if this is the first crossover series, what the hell was like the Avengers saga? I think this is just branding and marketing. But when the series came out, Lionel, you did a really good job of delivering it and stuff. And the series led to a lot of other projects like Norman Osborn. I was going to say Norman Osborn taking over, Shield Hammer, all that sort of stuff, and the Iron Patriot. So obviously Iron Patriot is already used, but I really like the concept of it. Who's a Skrull, who's not? Because if you guys remember the Illuminati miniseries way back when, that kind of led into Secret Invasion. They were having this meeting with the Illuminati. All of a sudden, it's like incoming signatures coming in. All these super Skrulls start showing up and just wrecking havoc. And you're like, how are they going to come back from this? I'm excited, man. But it'll be interesting to see what they're defining as a crossover series. But I love, like I was saying, I love Easter eggs. I love cameos. Who are we going to see showing up? Imagine you're just watching some show. Let's say you're watching Hawkeye season 2, if that comes out. Maybe they announce that at D23. All of a sudden, like someone turns into a Skrull or like communicates to the Skrull base or something.
That's what I'm excited for, honestly. It's just who's who, right? You never know who anybody can be a Skrull at this point. It's all fair game, and you're just gonna have to watch each show carefully and see what happens. And then it's all, like you said, BC. It's all gonna go down and be the end in Secret Invasion, right?
Yep. But it is something that's already coming to play. Sorry, Face, to cut it off, but like example, we saw it at the end of Spider-Man. What was it? Far From Home.
Oh, you're right.
With Nick Fury and Maria Hill. So it's already in play. We've known of this. Now we're gonna see it unfold. Now, Hero saying that, I think they mean first crossover Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
I guess. But yes,
I think he's hitting the nail on the head, to be honest, BC.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm hoping what they mean is like, and especially given that we're getting the scrolls. So when they give us this series, obviously it's going to be centered around Nick Fury, Maria Hill, it's the Shield aspect, but maybe we'll see cameos from like a Kate Bishop scroll or a Sam Wilson scroll or a Bucky Barnes scroll, or one of the series that's kind of taken place sort of in the same time frame, in the same, I guess, sort of like maybe more street level. Like I don't think we're going to see Loki show up or anything necessarily, but yeah, these other characters that are more street level that have been having Disney Plus series, I think we could see them show up, and that would be kind of dope.
Yeah, dude. So Nick, again, Chia Pet, this is exactly what we've discussed as well. Dark Reign, man, and the whole New World Order thing.
It definitely got possibilities there.
Exactly. Well, guys, that was it for news. Now, Ryan, I know you're a Canadian, so we do something called Trade Center, which I'm sure you're familiar with. You're a hockey fan?
Sure, buddy.
There you go. So you know exactly what this video and where it comes from. So, guys, it's time for Trade Center, where we put up Trade Center trade scenarios, and we see which books you guys, the chat, and our guests as well, would pick in a trade scenario. So, guys, it's time for Trade Center. There you go.
Now, hold up, BC. Before we get into this, I just want to let you know that Sports Center is just as big in America, bro.
Stop.
100%.
Stop. Yeah, but you don't hockey the way we do. Even though you win all the cups lately, the odds are stacked against us. We got like 6 Canadian teams right now. Fuck off. But all right, guys. So
don't be jealous.
Trade. Yeah, I'm jealous. Trade Center scenarios. We're going to put up the first Trade Center scenario, and we're going to start with Nefarious. So, Nefarious, you got Fantastic Four, 94, and a CGC 90, first appearance of Agatha Harkness. And you've got Strange Tales 126, CGC 60. That's first appearance of Clea and Dormammu. So, both players in the MCU right now, man. And, people specking on which, character might show up. I think they've been specking for the longest time on Dormammu. Clea and Agatha are here.
Yeah, okay. That's an interesting one. So all values are equal here. So Agatha's going to be coming, I think, sooner than Clea. Clea's a good book. I actually have a 6.0 Strange Tales 126, but I think she's going to be fighting incursions with Doctor Strange. I think it's going to be a minute before we loop back around to her. So I think if it's right now, you'd probably want the Agatha Harkness. That's a really tough one. I'm going to take that back, actually. I'm going to say just because of significance, you got a double first appearance with Dormammu and Clea. I think the book's slightly older, Strange Tales 126. No. I think Strange Tales 126. Am I wrong on that? Is Fantastic 494 older?
No, I think Strange Tales.
No, yeah, Strange Tales.
Yeah. I would go with the Strange Tales.
Yeah. Well, dude.
Honestly, you hit the nail right on the head with that. You get the double first appearance. I couldn't really care. Again, a lot of the books I pick up are mostly just for my PC. I hold on to a lot of my books. So I couldn't really care for Agatha. Clea and Dormammu are cooler characters to myself.
Yeah.
And it's an older book, too. So if it's 6.0 and it presents itself nice, I'm definitely going to be picking that up for sure.
Well, I mean, okay, so looking at the opportunities right now, the way it stands, Agatha is probably, I would say even with the announcement, she's probably still on a little bit of a dip. Coming off of WandaVision, like it hasn't really picked up yet. Once we start, getting production announcements and stuff like that, once they start coming out, then you'll see her stuff start going up again. Whereas Clea and everything's still probably kind of on a high coming off of Doctor Strange 2. That was pretty recent. We know that that's going to be coming down the road. But man, you still can't go wrong going with that fucking Strange Tales, man. Because I mean, Clea and Dormammu for me are just kind of they're the bigger characters anyway. And I love Agatha Harkness as a character, especially in the MCU.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn does a good job.
Yeah, she is, and I think this book is going to see a lot of love. But man, that Clea and Dormammu, man, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
And bro, fucking Clea is Charlize Theron, baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even consider
It was a solid pick.
Yeah, but guys, both books are very difficult to pick only one from.
It is.
It's especially those early Fantastic Fours, man. Like I have a hard time passing up on them, but first appearance of Clea and Dormammu, that's also very difficult to pass up on. But I think on my case, I'm going Strange Tales 126 all day. I know it's only a 6.0, but man, I just
Clean sweep, let's go.
Two bigger characters that I care more for. Not that I don't care for Agatha, especially that you guys know I really dig Franklin Richards and that whole story. But
it's weird. Like if the Agatha Harkness show is hits and it's really good and Catherine Hahn does a really good job, like I think the book could definitely see some attention. But I think the safe bet is the Strange Tales 126. As like historically speaking, you know what I mean? They're just more important characters. I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
But
you know what? There's nothing wrong with giving Agatha the love for sure. I mean, it's a sweep in the panel, but there's obviously love for the Fantastic Four 94 in chat.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
there's definitely nothing wrong with that at all, man.
100%. And like I said, it's difficult to pick between these two, but I totally would have an easier time letting go of that Fantastic Four for some reason. Now, Ryan, talk to me, bro. Nefarious, we know you're a fan of a particular character.
That's dope.
Right?
I like the light up right there.
For those of you who don't know him, who's your favorite character?
By Dr. Doom all the way. That's where I got Nefarious from, man. I think the guy's slick,
Nice.
100%. But I feel like you were putting emphasis on another character slightly while we were talking comic news. So I'm curious to see what you would do in such a scenario. But here we go. We're going high grade, low grade versus your favorite character. You got Marvel Spotlight 5 in a CGC 8.0. Origin and first appearance of Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze versus Fantastic Four 5, CBCS 1.5.
Hey, Dr. Doom all the way, and I'll tell you why, guys. And so I sell comics, and so the market's a weird place right now. And what I've been finding personally is that so quarter one, half of quarter two, you can sell anything, anytime. Numbers are really good. So online, whatever price point you're looking at. As soon as kind of quarter two into where we are right now started hitting, I found that like my online sales really dropped off, and now show season was starting off. So what I kind of transitioned to was like big books, low grades. You know what I mean? And so with that, like your price point on that is fairly comparable. Maybe the Doom's a little higher right now, but people, that's about your entry level copy for Doom, and it's such a massive character. And I think when Doom comes in, that's all it's going to be is Doom. You know what I mean? It's going to be Doom everywhere. And so I'm Fantastic Four 5 all day long.
And you say that, but like you just are witnessing now with Kang, right? Everything Kang right now.
Yeah. Well, Kang and Doom. Imagine that fight. You know what I mean? Ooh. Those guys don't get along too well.
That'd be fucking dope.
These are two big books, man. This is a little tough for myself. Fuck.
CBCS, bro.
But
I'm gonna have to go with Doom.
Yeah,
it's just he's a more iconic character to myself than Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
and harder to come by.
Yeah,
you just can't go wrong with early FF books.
I joke about the whole CBCS thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
For some reason, right? People snub it, but it's totally the first fucking appearance. Regardless, I'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah,
I
FF
mean,
all the way.
you know, here's my thing. So, like CBCS, you know, it's underappreciated. I mean, in my opinion, because they have a place in the market. Like, they're a grading company. They might not be, you know, the gold standard that CGC is, but yeah, there's definitely reasons to use them here and there for different books, whatever. So I can appreciate some CBCS. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So that really is not going to affect my decision too much. They're both fucking awesome characters.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do like that the Spotlight is a high grade. You know, it's going to present really well. That Fantastic Four, man, I you know, looking at it, it doesn't look bad for a 1.5. So that's the thing. If it looks decent, hey. They're both cool characters, but you know me, I'm with Nefarious 100%, man. I'm a villains guy, and Doctor Doom is one of the fucking icons. So yeah. I would 100% go with that Doom, even at a CBCS 1.5. For me, that's the one I want in my collection.
And I totally understand it. I get it. Passing on that Marvel Spotlight 5 and an 8, because the ceiling is still there on that book, man. Like it's got room to grow, especially man. If he hits the MCU, that shit's gonna be a little more harder to get, but. It's kind of like what you just said, the whole villains thing. Doctor Doom, Joker,
Galactus,
Thanos, Galactus. Those are the 4 books I wish to have in my PC. All 4. So for that reason, Fantastic Four 5 Pro, it's impossible to pass on. I would even take a 1.0 or a 0.5 if it presents well. Any day, man. Not over Marvel Spotlight 5. If you get a 0.5 versus a Marvel Spotlight 5 and an 8.0, I'm going to go Marvel Spotlight. But in these 2 grades, even in a CBCS, I know people feel a certain way. I'm going Fantastic Four, man. Not because Nefarious is here.
No, you guys are so kind. But one thing to consider too is when you start getting to these like lower grades, a lot of things are more acceptable. You know what I mean? So you're 1.5. I can kind of see. I'm not wearing my contacts, but the label looks clean. Like there's no trimming, maybe no resto. You know, you'll take what you can kind of get. If that's your budget to get a 1.5, you're not going to pass on it because it's not a CGC. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially to find a 1.5 without any like major significant defects, like but I'm impartial too. And guys, don't get me wrong, Ghost Rider has an amazing cover. I think Ghost Rider is going to be a great character, great story to him as well. I'm just impartial to Silver Age in general.
Feel you.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Exactly. But guys, that was it for Trade Center. And guys, that was the show, man. Nefarious, bro.
Oh, guys, thank you so much for having me on. I want to throw something in here, guys. Going back to the new releases this week, one book I didn't see on your guys' list, it was on my list, and I maybe foolishly went in on it. It's a Harley Quinn 18, the Ryan Sook Batman 1 homage cover. I think that book is such fire. All these like Harley Quinn homage covers, they have that one, the Tech 38 one coming out.
Yeah, it's true.
I think they're cool ones, but there's so much coming out this week. You know what I mean? It's a very, very heavy week, and viciously so right after the first of the month. You know what I mean? You finish up emptying your bank account, and then you got the biggest week in a while of new releases.
Right? They murder us with this shit.
That's the thing with FOC. You see all these cool books coming out, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get this one, 10 of this one, 20 of that one, and that's a tomorrow problem. Well, guess what? Tomorrow comes up real quick because some of these releases are 3 weeks down the road.
Slaps you like a mother, man. But
it does.
But yeah, man, dude, thank you for hopping on. Thanks again to Danielle.
Guys,
just having her there. Dude, let the people know, man, what you got going on. Where can they find you?
Oh, so happy you said that, guys. First of all, I am so happy to be on. I know Danielle was super excited when we were talking to be on. One thing I got coming up, my boy Lefteros, we have a fun little project coming up. It's going to be happening very soon, so pay attention to his page. We're going to have some community content coming out. As far as shows, yeah, I know, guys, it's going to be really fun. We've been going back and forth some ideas for a while, and now time's kind of allowing itself. Nice. I'm setting up at Fanaticon in August 14th.
I'll be there.
Yes, man, you'll be there. If anyone's in the Ottawa area, come down. And if you're, close, like even you guys, Black Crown and Face, I'm not sure where you are, make the trip down. You got me down there.
In the U.S., unfortunately.
Oh, well, I don't know if it would
I
work.
have to just stick with U.S. conventions for the moment, I guess.
Yeah, I know. That's not a bad consolation prize. It'll be a good show. And then Ottawa Con, I'm going to be at. And guys, I'll be down in Toronto too. So if you see me running around, getting up to no good, just, say, hey, what's up, man? And I'll be going out every night too. So link up.
We'll go for some drinks.
So
yeah, man, sick.
So remind us, August 14th?
Yeah, August 14th, Ottawa Conference and Event Center. That's Fanaticon. Just check out my page, and I'll be posting this week some videos that the promoter guy named Lawrence Morin threw up, and it's going to be a good show. A lot of comic. They're getting more into comic books, and guys, I'm going to be rolling. I just paid off my bill at Comic Link today on a bunch of purchases I made. I'm like, please, Spencer at billing, try to get me this. I'd love to roll with I think it's 30 books coming from them. I'd love to have those up on the wall too.
Awesome, man. And what I guess that's your handle on Instagram.
Yeah, man, at Nefarious Comics. But guys, listen, I really enjoy your programming, man. You guys put up great content, and it's so enjoyable to watch. And I really feel honored that you guys chose me to have me on, man. It really means a lot to me.
Oh yeah,
dude, the door's open.
We appreciate
Door's open.
Anytime, man. Anytime you want to hop back on with us, hit us up.
Well, thanks, man. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
The shit. Now we're not. I mean, we don't have the craziest following, but we do have 433 subs right now, on the road to 500.
We're growing.
So we're not at 500 yet. So guys,
Oh no! We suck again!
we suck again. It's all good. We always have a great fucking time with everybody who comes to join us.
That's the
Nefarious
good
again.
part right there.
Yeah, I can't stress it enough. Had a blast with you. So like I
Yeah,
said,
same, man.
I'm going back in. You're more than welcome, bro.
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
All right. And guys, last thing that we want to say before we go. So, retrospect. I just want to talk about this very quickly. We have a show called The Retrospect, where we were doing this one Monday every month. We go back to revisit random years from that month and see which books panned out and did not. Now, you guys get to vote to decide which years we go and revisit. But I have a question for you guys. Do you want us to bring it back on Mondays, or should it be its own show every month? So let that simmer. We will be putting up a poll very shortly, but we definitely are going to be bringing back the retrospect. In fact, it's coming back this month, and I believe we're doing it August 31st, right? Is that what we agreed on?
Good to me.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
It's a Wednesday, so we'll figure it out. But there you go, guys. So retrospect will be back this month, August 31st. Pencil it in. And guys, that's the show, man. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. We love you very much. Nefarious, hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
Whenever you want, man. Whenever you want.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, I got one question before we go. I got one question. So Danielle was on here. She was sporting her new Nerdy Girl hat. When's your swag coming out, man? Because I was just looking at your logo. I'd be rocking that all day long.
Oh, we actually looked into the whole printing of T-shirts. I mean, we got cards, but the T-shirts are coming. The T-shirts are coming.
Sick, man.
It's just a matter of finding the right people.
You got to get some hats too. I was thinking about that the other day. Just some nice fitted caps or some snapbacks or something like that.
Yeah. But
Guys, I know you just signed off. I'm gonna tell you one funny story before we go. Okay, about caps. You brought up caps. So listen, the guy bought a book from me off Instagram. Right? I hadn't dealt with this guy before. Fantastic, an early Fantastic Four. And I sent him my PayPal. He's in the States, and he's like, "Is this you?" And it's a picture of me. I think I was wearing the same outfit. I got 3 outfits, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me wearing the modern day toupee." You know what I mean? The guy had no idea what I was talking about because he's bald like me. You wear a fucking hat, the modern day toupee. And the guy's like, ha ha, question mark. I'm like, don't even worry about it. The guy thinks I'm a weirdo. He's never going to buy from me again.
That's hilarious.
But no, we will talk about if you know contacts for merch. I was in a band once upon a time, so my contacts for merch, they're scattered throughout, but they're all busy guys right now. I don't think they want to deal with me anymore. But guys, yeah, man, that was the show. I agree. Definitely, Ozzy's gonna get a medium. We gotta get toques in. We gotta get caps in. We're gonna get t-shirts in. But don't forget to check out Dan Delatorre tonight on Hood Rats channel, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Nefarious, again, thank you guys. We will see you again this weekend for Royally Fucked. Until then, have yourselves a great week, man.
Peace.
All right.